All right, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to our final session of the 10 days of Halloween. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm sad to say that it's over, even though it's been a little crazy and chaotic and uh, kooky at times. It's still been really enjoyable. Whoops, I'm missing a light over here. I wonder why my thing looks so dark. Give me a second while I turn my light off. I don't think I had that light on in the other session either, but that's okay. All good. So, as I was saying, welcome to the 10th day of our 10 days of Halloween. It's been a lot of fun. Hope you've all enjoyed yourselves. And it's a little sad. It's a little sad that it's almost over, but hopefully I can do this again next year. The plan is that next year I'll be doing something with Halloween. Once again, last year I had the 3 days of Halloween. This year it's 10 days of Halloween, but we'll see how that goes. Don't forget, if you haven't yet, make sure that you join the Painting with Jesse email list. It's how you can stay on top of all of the stuff that I do here on the page. Okay, if you haven't, added yourself to it, please make sure that you do so. Let's say hello to some people. Clarine Hansen, how's it going? Welcome back. Anne Marie says, I have really enjoyed this. It has been great. Fantastic, Anne Marie. Happy to hear that. But definitely, it's been a lot of fun for me. So we'll see. Next year we'll be doing something along those lines. I don't know if exactly the same or what, but we'll see. We'll figure something out for next year. All right. What are we doing today? What are we doing on our last session? We're doing a cute little ghost. This is the little ghost that you've seen me posting on the throughout the series. When I post stuff on Facebook, you'll see me post a little ghost image along with my whatever message I have for that day or for that post. Drinking a little coffee here. Anyway, that's our little mascot, our little ghost for the series. So I figured we'd end on something easy like that. Sorry, folks. This has played quite a bit of havoc on my throat. Lots of sessions over the past few days squeezed together, so my throat has been suffering a little bit. I don't know if drinking coffee is going to help. I might have to get some water. The caffeine in that coffee might end up making things worse. But anyway, little ghost mascot is what we've got here today. I'm using an 8x10 inch canvas once again. I did tape off the edges of my canvas. That is optional. So this is 3x4, 3/4 inch. It's basically 3M tape. It's this stuff right here. Comes in really handy. Works really well. What works is good. I mean, I call this painter's tape, but it's not quite that. It's more like masking tape. But I find that it works better than painter's tape in many different types of painter's tape. So just because it's not called painter's tape doesn't mean you can't use it. And then as far as the colors that we're going to be using today, I've got this really light orange, more of a peach orange on the original painting. It's actually a mixture of orange and white. That white makes it give it a nice peach color. And then this is just orange. Of course, our little ghost friend is white. Hat is black with some purple and some yellow. And then we got some gray down here at the bottom, mixture of black and white. The lettering I'm going to be doing with a chalk pencil. And then I'll go over that with black paint. The chalk pencil is really easy to work with. It's easy to erase. So I'll outline with that. I'll pencil it in with that and then paint over that. Let me make some changes here to the screen and we're going to get moving. There we go. So I do believe we're going to be painting for about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more. And if we're ready to go, let's get on with it. As far as the brushes, real basic, 1 inch flat. Okay, little 1/4 inch flat, or number 4 flat shader, number 2 flat bright, and then a little pointy brush, little liner, pointy liner brush. Okay, for all of the little detail work. Paper towels, rinse cup, and we are good to go. Let's do this, everybody. Okay, I'm going to paint in the background first. Okay, I'm going to use my little handy paper plate and grab a little bit of my orange paint once again. Just pouring a little bit out. Again, I'm going to be mixing orange and white for that peach color. You can make your background whatever color you'd like, of course. Maybe some of you want purple, you want brown, you want yellow. It is all good. Okay. Orange. Okay, a little bit of white. Mix the two together. Let's get some water in here as well. Okay. Remember that acrylic paint dries a little darker than when you've got it on your plate or when it's wet on the canvas. So let's compare. It's about right. Take a little bit of water now, dipping my brush in that water, bringing it over, introducing it into the paint. Here we go. Since I've got my edges taped off, when I paint around those edges, I paint away from the edge. So in other words, I'm doing this. I paint inwards towards the inside of the canvas, towards the middle. If I push the paint outwards, it's going to push that paint under the tape. And I don't want to do that. Or it could push the paint under the tape, making my border a little less crisp. All right. Don't forget, folks, as you jump on, say hello. Let me know where you're painting from. As I was asking in the earlier session, for those of you that have done more than one of these 10 days of Halloween, let me know which one's your favorite has been so far, if you know what it is. I know it's a hard choice. Earlier, we did the creepy clown one. Pretty creepy. We did this one. I know not everybody's a fan, but we did that earlier today. Creepy. At 10 o'clock, we actually started a little bit later, something like 10:15 or so. Don't remember now. So I'm just going around and spreading this paint. I'm only going to do one layer of this. I don't need to do a couple of layers. This is actually pretty good coverage. The white that I'm using is pretty thick. When you mix it in with that peach, it creates a really nice, strong, even color. So I'm going to put this on, apply it. I just need to make sure that it's fairly even. And then I'm going to take my blow dryer and dry everything up. Anne Marie says, Toil and Trouble. Toil and Trouble. Good choice. Toil and Trouble is a good one. Okay, I'm going to take my blow dryer now and dry this up. Actually, I take that back. I can still see some of the white of the canvas coming through. So I'm going to take and do a second layer. Thought I was getting good coverage there. It's pretty good, just not quite where I want it to be. So a little more of the same mixture with a little bit of water. And I'm using my big 1-inch flat. So for those of you that have been waiting for my art membership doors to open its doors, once again to let new people in. That is happening in November. More details are coming very soon, so be on the lookout for that if you're interested. I'll be posting that stuff as early as I can this coming week. I'll be opening the doors the second week of November. So if you have been waiting, if you've been on that wait list, I'll be posting the details around that. We have not opened since almost a year ago. It'll actually be about a year since the last time I opened the doors to let new folks in. It's been a little over a year that I opened the membership originally, with the founding members launch. It's been a crazy, hectic year. Lots of fun in the group, but personal life has gotten in the way of opening the doors more often. I would have loved to have opened the doors at least a couple more times throughout the year, this past current 2022, but things did not work out that way. Anyway, be on the lookout for that. I am going to be emailing out information around that too. Whoops, don't want to do that. So just an FYI for anyone that's out there interested. What's happening, Elizabeth? How are you, Elizabeth? And then Sheila says, I'm watching on YouTube but commenting on Facebook. My favorite is the spider. I missed it earlier today, but I'll catch the replay. I'm painting with my new sparkle acrylics I got for my birthday today. Well, happy birthday, Sheila. Happy birthday to you, and thank you for joining in. Sounds fun. I want to make sure you share your painting so I can see what it looks like with those sparkle acrylics. Now, for those of you that are going, hey, I've never bordered my canvas before, or my, whatever it is that you're painting on, it's pretty simple. The main thing when you put the tape on, and it's all done by hand, right? You want to make sure you press down tightly on the inside edge so that edge sticks to your surface as well as possible, and you don't push any paint underneath. It's almost, at some point, you're going to get some paint under your tape the more you do it. It doesn't always work exactly the way you want it, but it's easy to fix if you don't want those. You want a nice clean edge. I'm also drinking a Coke Zero. So cheers to everybody. Probably doesn't do any good for my throat either, but cheers to everyone. Hope you're all having a great weekend. I better take that banner off. I just saw the banner floating across. What's happening, Evang? Evang says cool on YouTube. When I go back to the software that I use for the streaming part, I can see the comments from YouTube. But okay, let me take the blow dryer to this one more time, and then we're going to go ahead and draw. Get your pencils ready. All right. So I'm going to be using a number 2 pencil. Real basic, real simple, nothing fancy. Okay. Hi, I was about to say hi, Jesse. Hey, Gloria, how's it going? This would make a cute card. Exactly. This makes a nice, cute little, card. Most definitely. So number 2 pencil, you can use chalk pencil. By now, those of you that have been painting along with the series have heard me repeat this, but chalk pencil, watercolor pencil, even charcoal pencil could work. I'm going to use a regular run-of-the-mill number 2 pencil to sketch in our little ghost. Okay, so let's get to it. Real basic shape, nothing fancy. We're going to start up here at the top. So we want to leave some space for the writing. If you're going to put any writing in on yours, you want to make sure you leave some space. So a little ghost right about here in the center-ish of my canvas, starting with the top of the head. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit. We're pretty close. Let's see. I want to make sure I leave enough room. Okay, so here we go. Just the sides of my little ghost, right? We're going to have a hat in here somewhere. Come down like this. My little ghost is close to the middle of my canvas across like this. So from right here, we're going to go like this. We're going to come up. His little hand kind of sticks up, little point. Then it comes down. Okay, it goes like this. We need some space down here for that shadow, so we don't want to go down too low. We're going to come across. Now, speaking of the shadow, that little shadow is not the shadow of the ghost. What's happening, Scarlet Letter from New York? Welcome back. Cheers, Elizabeth. So this is this little shadow down here this is the shadow of the pumpkin. I have a little container with the candy. But this shadow is not the ghost shadow. This shadow is the hat's shadow. Our little ghost doesn't have a shadow. What about that, huh? What about that? So come up, even though this is going to get covered, we're going to have a little his or her container. It's going to be right in there somewhere. So I just lightly add that in. But I'm going to come over to the other side. Come down. The little hand is going to be in here somewhere. Okay. And I'm going to bring this up a little more. Just a little bit. I'm going to bring this up a little bit. And I think I'm going to bring this down a little bit. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Now, I left the top open, right? I didn't close this off. And have a little hat that goes across here. And I'm going to start with the brim here. This part of that brim, come down here like this, comes across, goes up into a little point, comes back. Okay. We have this part, the little cone part we'll add in a moment. Let's go back to the brim. Comes across and goes up. Then from there, goes back the other direction, gets into a little point. Okay. Now we can start the little top part of that hat. It's going to go up a ways. Okay, we want to be careful that we don't go too high, right? We want to leave room for that lettering. Now, you don't have to do lettering. Of course, you can do something else. Okay, it goes into a little point. Comes back. And reconnects down here somewhere. Who knows? Maybe some of you will put a little spider hanging from here. That would be kind of cute. Got some barking dogs again in the background. It's a different dog than the one that's usually barking. We can go ahead and add in the little belt now, right across. Here, we're going to go like this. Okay. Then come across. There's a little buckle right here. All we need is a little square. Then we come back on the other side. Middle of the square, we got another little square. Let me give you a close-up. Okay. A little ghosty, nothing fancy, but definitely very cute. Can't say our little ghosty is not cute. Cool, Gloria. Yeah, that was a fun one. The graveyard is one of my. I think it might be my favorite. Well, it's a toss-up. The witch, the graveyard, those were really cool. I also like the spider. each one for different reasons. Lots of favorites in here. Okay, so a little container. So we need a little space between the tip of her. I keep saying her, or I keep wanting to say her. So it feels like my little ghost is a little she, but it could be either. Okay, and leave a little space at the top of the container, actually a little bit lower, just a smidge lower. Come down a little bit, slightly angled line. We have the bottom of the container. Just pretty much a basic circle shape, maybe slightly elongated at the top. Okay, I'm going to go like this. And then we got a bunch of little candies in there. Just find different shapes for your candies. It's hard to see the shapes, circles, squares. Just imagine little candy wrappers. Then we can do a little handle. Okay. And I'm just going to complete the edge of our little ghosty. So the sparkle paint, Sheila, the sparkle paint is inside the paint, correct? I think I know what you're talking about. It's almost like glitter. It's got glitter inside the paint. Now we got a hot rod being revved up in the background. I got to give you guys the play-by-play. Okay, we got our little ghost. Now we can do the little shadow underneath. So the little shadow is just narrow. Again, this is the shape of the hat. If you were to see the back of the hat, it would look like this, front of the hat. So just a general. So line this and this up, more or less, doesn't have to be exact. Goes up, comes back down, goes back out, comes back this way. I'm not worried about the little candy container at the moment. Just the shape of the hat. Now I can go ahead and add the shadow for the container. Okay, just a little circle. It's funny because with all the noises that I'm hearing throughout my sessions here, I'm considering keeping my other studio intact and maybe just doing occasional ones from home. I don't know. I don't know how distracting they are to you. I know they haven't been crazy, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll have to go back and listen to some of them. Some of our sessions to see if the noise level is really, really high. So with our little ghost, I'm not going to do anything on the face. I can add all of that later. Okay, so do a quick check. Make sure you've got it all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start the paint here. I'm going to go ahead and start adding the paint. Once I've got our ghost and the shadow and everything all done, then I'll come up here and add in the Happy Halloween. Okay. Let me take a look at the comments, see if I've missed anybody. I got everybody. Cool. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean, Sheila. Yep. It's the stuff with the little glitter in it. Yeah. It won't. Oftentimes, yeah, when you're looking right at it, it's kind of hard to see. But if you turn it a little bit, you should be able to see the stuff really nicely. But all right, let's take a little brush here. I'm going to take my number 4 flat here, a little flat shader. We're going to take some white. I'm going to dip right into my paint. I'm going to close my garage door here in a second. I hear somebody's working on their car or something. They got a power drill going. How dare they? I'm joking. All right, just adding a little bit of white paint coming through here around my edges. So I'm going to paint over this part of the handle. I'll come back. Now we got a plane going overhead. Yeah. I'll come back once. So we'll do a couple of layers of paint over the ghost. We'll come back and add more white paint on top of all this. Make sure everything's nice and solid looking, okay? I'm going to go ahead and close my garage door. Hopefully that clears up some of the sound, some of the noise. It'll only help a little bit, but I know it's not too bad, so we should be okay. Okay. Next, we can go anywhere. We can go to the hat. We can go to the little container. I'm going to go down to the container. And what I'm going to do is using my little, this is actually my number 3 flat. Okay, I'm going to grab a little bit of orange and right in there. I think I had said earlier that it was a number 2. Just adding this right up to the pencil line. Actually covering up that pencil line nicely. All right. Now I'm going to take a little bit of black. And we're going to go right up to that hat. Okay, a little black. So the title of this little painting is Happy Halloween. See you next year. I think we're going to make it a tradition that we celebrate Halloween in appropriate fashion here on Painting with Jesse. And then finding your brushstroke. And this is a nice simple piece, the easiest one in the series. Okay, so a little bit of black. We'll come back and do a second layer on top of that in a bit. I'm going to take a little bit of black and some white to make some gray color. Keeping in mind that this gray will get darker. Once it dries, I'm going to come in here. We'll be doing some stuff here in the Painting with Jesse page next month also. I'm not sure what, when, or how many, or you know what else? So make sure you're keeping your eyes peeled and that you're part of the Painting with Jesse email list. Okay. There's my shadow. Oops, just grab the little white and just putting some right over the top. Letting it blend in with that darker base below. Laura, you'll be able to catch, I know it's probably too late because Halloween's almost over, but you can always do this and save them for next year. All the videos, all the sessions were recorded. Okay, so you can come back and watch them at a later time. All 10 sessions. We're going to take and add a little bit of purple to the hat. And I think we're just about ready to add more white to our little ghost's body. So a little purple. I'm going to use my round brush for this. My little number 0 round brush. Get up some purple. Center. Can't forget the inside of the buckle. Okay, back to the white. Nice and easy little painting today. What did you think of the clown, Anne-Marie? Wait, not Anne-Marie. I'm mixing up my names. Yeah, Anne-Marie. Sheila Marie, Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie, what did you think of the clown from earlier? What did you think of Pennywise? There we go. We're getting good coverage now. Again, second layer, sometimes third layer is needed to get that good even coverage. It is a ghost, so if it's kind of transparent, then all good. It'll work. Creepy, but I liked it. Cool. What's happening, Heidi from New York? You do. You need to come back. My next session over there is on December 1st, which is a Thursday. Debbie Baker, thank you very much. I think I I highly appreciate it. Anne Marie said, showed it to my mom and she said it was scary. Mission accomplished. Let me go over to StreamYard, see if anybody on YouTube is making any comments. Okay. Just on Facebook. Sorry, folks, just checking something here on Facebook, making sure that everything's working out. Okay, so we have our little ghost. The white's starting to dry up. We got the little yellow on the hat. So just a little tiny bit of yellow is all we need. Doesn't need to be a whole lot. I usually end up pouring, when I'm trying to get a little tiny amount, I usually end up pouring out a lot. So just had to make sure I was careful there. Still ended up with more than I need, but little round brush. My purple is already dry, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some more purple here and add a little bit of intensity to the Ooh, what is this? Would we call this a belt or just a band? While I'm at it, I got some purple candies, some of them, so just a couple little purple candies. A little bit of yellow too. Got some orange candies. Throw in some candy corns. A little bit of blue. I'm going to throw in some blue candies. Some blue and some white. So just taking a little bit of blue and mixing it with some white. Make some light blue and somebody, it looks like somebody grabbed a handful of Skittles and threw them in there. It works. Okay. The details on our little ghost's face. We could draw those in. Now everybody's gonna have different. Some of you are gonna have open eyes. Some of you are gonna have open mouths, kind of like the little ghost. Hat band. There we go. Hat band. I think I like that. That's probably correct. So you got the eyes. Mine are still gonna be little closed eyes. I'll put them in with pencil first. Little arches. Happy little friendly ghost. When we outline all that in black, we can outline the ghost's body. But before I do that, I see some spots where my white doesn't go all the way out to the edges, like here under the hat. Maybe over here. Hat band. That has the correct ring to it. Okay, a little bit of black. Some water. Very important we mix some water in here. So dip your brush into that water, scoop up that black paint. Maybe spin your brush. And then right up here. We can start there. Little hand down here, hand. The handle on a little candy container. Can't miss this line on the outside of our ghost. So we're just going through and outlining everything. Okay. What's happening, Sue? Are you painting? Are you painting right now? What are you doing, Sue? Or are you just hanging out? I'm going to take my little number 3 flat and add more orange paint on top of that little container. It's a little bit transparent. Needs a little bit more paint. There we go. No worries, MB. Paint it tonight. You're painting it right now, Sue? Thanks, MB. MB says, this one is super cute and relatively simple. Wanted to keep things, I know the majority of the ones that we've done have been pretty difficult for most people. Different levels of difficulty in each one. Some are a little easier, some are a little harder. But this one is just pretty easy, pretty dang cute. Kind of a fun little way to end the series. Okay. We got our little ghosty, we got our shadow below, we got our little candy container. Our hat's done. I think we can add another layer of black to the hat, and then we can move on to the lettering. So a little bit of black, small brush. Just going right up to my pencil lines from earlier. Make my little point. Maybe cleaning up some of my edges with the small round number 0. Awesome, Sheila. So did you tell me which one your favorite was? I don't remember. Do you have a favorite? You got it, MB. My pleasure. My pleasure. Okay, let's take stock. Let's see what we've got. I like to forget to complete some stuff. Sheila says the spider. Cool. You got it, Gloria. You got it. Yeah, the spider was pretty dang awesome. Extra creepy factor on that one. That one is creepy. I think the one with it was just psychologically, kind of damaging. All right, lettering, chalk pencil. What I like to do, and this may be a little hard for you guys to see, but using chalk pencil is easy. It's nice because you're able to remove it if you don't like it. Let's say you put it in the writing and it doesn't fit right. It doesn't, you don't have enough room. Hi, Lydia. The graveyard says Scarlet Letter. Yeah, that graveyard is pretty awesome. You can erase very easily, okay? Using a chalk pencil, you can erase. Pencil tends to leave smudges, and on something like this, I know I'm going to have to do a little bit of correction. So I like to use my chalk pencil, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Starting with the H, of course. From left to right, unless you're writing in, what is it, Chinese? From the top down. So happy. The main concern is that I leave enough room for Halloween. And this is really faint for you. I get it. Okay. It's not necessary that you see my exact writing, but understand the concept. A little space. See, easy to erase. There we go. Pretty good. Now, if I wanted to correct anything, straighten things out, I can erase and redo. Not trying to get anything perfect or super fancy with it. Just a nice little cute writing there on top. Hey, Leilani, how'd you do on Pennywise? How'd it turn out? Okay, now my little liner brush, back to the black paint. Because I'm going to be doing little skinny lines with it, I want to have plenty of water in here. Now this liner brush is getting pretty beat up. It's a round brush. I'm just calling it a liner brush, but it's actually a round brush. Round number 0, same one I've been using. It's getting pretty beat up here. So the tip is a little bit crooked. It's okay though, we make do. Gotcha. Haven't finished it yet. Okay. Oh, that's right. You went out. You went out to eat with the family. Now I'm just gonna go through and make little touches here and there to make corrections, clean things up a little. Sounds good, Sue. So now just going back over my writing. Darkening in the letters a bit. And then just adding little lines like on the bottom of some of these and the tops of some of the straight parts. Even with this beat up brush, as long as I'm careful, I can do pretty decent script. There we go. Happy Halloween. Put it back to pull this back a little bit. Okay. And then we take stock. We make an assessment. What do we have? Our writing's a little bit wonky on the new one, a little bit, but it's not bad. It's still cute. Has the cute factor with it still. So still works out. I believe I've got it all. Then the last thing would be, other than signing it, would be to remove our tape for the reveal. Let's see. Whenever I tape the edges of my canvases, part of the fun is when I go and do this, kind of there's a satisfaction from seeing nice clean borders. Ooh. Around my edges here. Look at that. Other than this little part down here, really minor. I can clean this up pretty easily. There is my painting. Cute little painting board today. So something like this, you would just clean that up with a little bit of alcohol or isopropyl alcohol or acrylic nail polish remover. Pretty basic, pretty easy to do. You just take a Q-tip or something small like that. Usually I'll take a paper towel, roll it up into a little corner and just lightly rub on that, and then we'll remove that. So, okay. You got it, Scarlett. Thank you so much for joining. Happy Halloween, everybody. So that concludes our 10 days of Halloween. I've had a blast, everyone. I hope you all did too. Those of you that have joined in with me all 10 days, for those of you that have not or are waiting for some time to finish the series, if you haven't yet joined in on some of the other sessions, all 10 days are available. Just go to the top of the Painting with Jesse page. At the top, depending on where you are viewing the page from, whether it's a phone or a computer, a laptop, PC, what have you, go to the top. You're either going to see a live tab or you're going to see a more tab. If you click on the more tab, click on that drop down and you're going to see where it says live. You click on live and you can see all the 10 series in a row. Okay? So you take your pick, jump in and join in on some of the fun. It's been an amazing time. It's been some hard work, a little hecticness from time to time. We dealt with some technical issues and glitches on a couple of these, but for the most part, the series has been pretty successful. Next year, and I do plan on doing something with Halloween again next year, here with the Painting with Jesse page in collaboration with my membership group, Finding Your Brushstroke. So be on the lookout for that. If you're not part of the Painting with Jesse email list, please be sure to at least follow the page, because that's pretty much how you're going to be able to find out what's going on. As all of you know, Facebook doesn't give you, especially if it's something that a business page is doing, you don't always get to see everything because they want businesses to pay for advertising. So anyway, I would suggest that you're on the Painting with Jesse email list just because it makes it easier to get that information. At least it gives you a second chance to see my content, my events, the upcoming events and such. Okay, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's been a joy, and I hope to see you guys be painting along with me again here in the future. I'm going to be doing something for next month. Each month going forward, I'll be painting at least one session with the Painting with Jesse page. Okay, most of my stuff happens in the membership group, but I do share with the Painting with Jesse page, and so going into next month, we'll have at least one or two sessions that I have planned, probably around obviously fall theme, but maybe seasonal. Christmas is right around the corner, so I still gotta plan those things out, but be on the lookout. And then also my membership group opens its doors next month. If you're interested, be on the lookout for that information. I'll be emailing that out to the Painting with Jesse email list, and then also posting here on the Painting with Jesse page. Thank you, everybody. Anne Marie, thank you so much. Clarine, thank you. Happy Halloween to all of you. Leilani, thank you so much. Happy birthday to you. Happy Halloween to you. Happy birthday to Sheila. Scarlet Letter. Who else? Sue. Just going back. Lydia. Sheila, of course. Gloria. MB. And everybody else that has joined me in this series. Hi, Penny. Yeah, I still have a voice. I still have a voice. Although it's getting a little weak now. But all right, everybody. Thank you. And I will talk to you all very soon. Please be sure to share your paintings with me, okay? That way I can take a whole batch of them and post them up sometime this coming week. Maybe just kind of a combination, a collage of all the stuff that you guys send me. Happy birthday to your nephew, Anne Marie. Okay, everyone. See y'all very soon. Happy Halloween. Stay safe out there. Hope you all do a lot of fun stuff and, get a lot of candy if you go out there. A lot of candy if you go out there trick or treating. Okay. Have a good one. Bye-bye.